If Jason
So
Tatum wins another chip this year, do we have different conversations about him, or how do you feel?
it depends on how he plays. That was the main critique last year. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
yeah.
Even though he won.
What if he like recreates the same playoff experience this year and it wins another
Yeah.
chip? How do you
Nah.
feel
If
about
he doesn't win another if he also loses the finals MVP,
it? Yeah, that'd be kind of crazy, huh?
that would be crazy. Like that would be definitely just used against him again.
Yeah, because
If he didn't win.
you
If
can't
he
want to be the face of the league and not have not perform in the playoffs for certain moments and then not win Finals MVP, relying on your team too much. Like you gotta show up at least in the finals. Yeah, you have to show up in the finals at least once.
yeah, you got to.
Because
Like you have to have good finals performances or else it's just like
even before 2022 with Steph, he already had an MVP. We knew that he's the greatest shooter of all time. There was like a catalog with him with the championships. The only thing he needed
yeah.
was a Finals MVP. Jason Tatum doesn't have
Yeah.
that kind of resume with him to like say,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, he's one of the greats before winning a Finals MVP. So he needs to like kind of solidify that in the playoffs because of how strong his team is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's just like it's like the team it's a team like at the end of the day, chips are a team stat. You know what I mean? It is like one of the best examples of like chips is still a team stat
Yeah, but I
because
mean,
like
basketball is more of you can like if you're the best player in the world, you can take your team like to a certain point. Like you can take him pretty far if you're really him. You can literally win 5v1s if you're really him. Like
yeah, but
LeBron in 2018 is the definition of you're
yeah,
him and
but
you take
once
your
you
team to
run
the
in,
final.
but if you run into a good team, it's just like one person at the end of the day is not gonna unless he literally has 50-10. You know what I mean? Like 50-14 in 17, like one man is not gonna beat the team. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. You have to
Like
be
even a 58-8, 51-8 couldn't get it. You know what I mean?
yeah, but that team was
Couldn't
a
get
super
one game.
team. That team of Kevin Durant and Steph
That's
and a
what I'm
good
saying.
Clay
Like
and Dre.
no, so no matter how good one dude is in general, like if you run into a good team
It depends
or
on the
like
run.
a top tier team, obviously, but
Because we saw Kawhi, Kawhi had help. You're obviously going to need some type of help, but
yeah,
Kawhi
Kawhi
was
had help.
still
Yeah,
did
Norman
it.
Powell.
Siakam was good, and Lowry was still
No,
good
okay.
enough. But
Yeah,
you're obviously going
He
to
had a
need some
good
type
team
of
though.
help.
He was definitely the leader, but Siakam was good that year. Like
Yeah, but yeah, I still think that one man can do it all to a certain extent if you really like that.
I think LeBron is the biggest example of that we've
Yeah.
seen, but
So
I
if
think it's
Tatum
an
actually
anomaly.
does perform well and then wins another chip, do you think he'd be the face of the league or get that acknowledgement?
I don't know, man. It's like I don't want to say there's no going back because like I guess you can regain aura, but like sometimes you just like aura locked for a bit, like
Yeah.
until I
Could
don't
you,
know.
yeah.
You
I
got
feel
to
like
do
he's kind of
something.
crazy.
You got to do something that naturally just gains your aura. Like
Yeah.
he's over there trying to aura farm and makes it worse. You know?
Exactly. Like the moments that he chooses to try to like showcase stuff to the world is where he gets kind of cooked.
Yeah.
Like some stuff is corny. Then you remember like the Cavs, like a good example is the Cavs game. It's like, oh, get them out, get out of here when they're up 25 and then they lose the game. Like he puts himself in
Yeah.
a position to be clowned.
That shit had me crying, dude. Like fucking like
I don't know, he's
talking
corny.
about get out of here. Oh my
But
god,
to
no,
be
I had me
fair, to
crying
his
when that
point,
happened.
like if you get a random player, let's say we get 1B and 1B or Anthony Edwards has his accolades at 26 and wins the championship and does what he does, we're gonna view them differently than we do like Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum just looked
Yeah,
like he's not people don't take him seriously.
because they got more aura. It's the
Yeah,
hard truth.
he's not lying, but I don't know. I'm starting to be on the Jason Tatum hype train. I think he should be the face of the league because
He's
what he's
good. You know,
accomplished.
yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed. Like, you know, what I mean, chill dude, like good guy, has a child.
Yeah,
You know, what I mean, like, you know, what I mean, it's nothing like there's really nothing to hate on Jason Tatum as a person.
yeah.
Like, I
Plus, he
know, you know,
wants
what I
it
mean?
too. Like not
It's just
like
like,
Anthony Edwards doesn't want it. Like John Morant doesn't want it. None of you guys want it.
yeah.
Lamelo, like they're
And
just
he's on the
more entertaining
Celtics.
to watch. They're more like I don't know. You can relate to them more, I guess, as a person or a viewer. Like Jason Tatum is just like a bot.
even if Jayson Tatum were to go up and lose in the finals, if he like balled out and lost, I think that would help his aura. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
Like he has
Brett,
to do something like crazy, like you know.
dude, he's had top seasons, and I think he has the most points in a game seven ever too. It's
Yeah.
just that like, I don't know, he just doesn't hit the same as like other players do. So I'm gonna be
I
paying
don't
close
know.
attention
Yeah, I
to him.
guess I'm definitely gonna like, especially during the playoffs, I'm gonna watch more. But
Yeah, if he does it this
Celtics, not
year
that they're
and he
boring to
actually
watch.
dominates, I'm Team Jason Tatum. He'll be a top five player to me in the NBA just off getting there and doing it again. Even
Top
how
five.
like it depends on like its context for sure of how he gets
Yeah,
there, but he'd be a top five
top
player.
five is very like just the way the way it's going right now. Like people are like I don't know. Like there's just so many good people. You know what I mean? And so it's like Jason
Yeah,
Tatum, like
but
what he
who's
does
winning?
is
If
not
you
like he doesn't
the
do
ultimate goal is to
anything
win a
better.
championship, and if he's showing up and winning championships, then
He
you
just
got to give him
doesn't do
respect.
anything that's like better than other people, kind of. You know what I mean? Like he's just good
He
at
wins
everything.
better than other people though.
That's not. I mean, as a team, yeah, but it's still like it's not. He's always had, for the most part, always had good teams. Like, and
Yeah, but
now he has like a
he's
literally
also
this. I
um,
would count this as like I wouldn't say. I mean, it feels like a super team. Like you know what I mean? You literally have Porzingis as your third option, and you have another All Star as your an All
yeah,
Star, and
no doubt
then
he has a great
somebody who
team,
would be
but
an All Star on another team. Like,
yeah, but he's still producing like 30 point, like 27 to 30 point per game seasons, like all NBA seasons. He's doing his thing still on the great team, so you can't take away respect because of that, you know.
yeah, I don't know. It's just it's not that I take away respect from him. I feel like I just respect other people like more. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I don't know. I've like I have to respect the resume to the point where if he does win another chip, like there's no reason for me not to put him in that category or not to put him as the face of the league, especially if he wants it and he's showcasing that he is one of those guys because he's been doing it. I feel like we get bored with consistency. Like he's been consistent for his
yeah,
whole career at being a top level player and not really showing the flashiness with it, and we kind of like discredit him for that. Where John Morant's out here pulling guns and having funny quotes. It's like social media type of buzz, you know?
yeah.
He
Like the
doesn't he
obviously
has an aura.
negativity gets more buzz.
Straight up. He got no
But
aura, bro. Like
that's what
LaMelo
I'm
is
saying. I'm telling you, that's all it boils down to. It's just like I don't know what it is about him. I can't
he's
tell you
boring.
like what to. Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. Because I guess Bron's not boring. He was never really boring.
But man, Brown's been different though too.
Yeah,
That's literally a generational talent. Jason Tatum's not a
that is true. Yeah,
generational
it definitely
talent. He's
is.
just good at basketball and like
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah. That's what I'm
what
saying
does he
though. That's what I'm
what does he
saying.
excel at? He's just above average
That's
at
what
everything.
that's what I'm saying. Okay, that's
Yeah.
my point. Like I feel like that we
Mhm.
have other people like Luca. Like obviously we have Bron still going at it, but Shay's even looking crazy this year. It's just like
LaMelo, like
Lamelo. Like we have so many people who just seem like when they touch a ball, even like Kyrie, like when they touch a ball, like you're like, oh, this nigga is insane. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
it's just
magic.
like it's just like oh my god. But Tatum, he's like it's like you're watching like the best level of like Tobias. You know what I mean? Like
Exactly. Yeah.
it's not
No, I
disrespectful.
feel you.
That's a
Like,
little disrespectful,
right,
but
he's never in the
it's like
MVP
it's just not.
conversation. He's
Yeah,
just like above average. Like he's just the top all
yeah.
star. He's a superstar
That's what I'm
talent, but
saying. Like
nobody
the other
cares.
people. That's what I'm like. Even if he wins chips, it's just like individually, there's still other people who are just as an
Better.
individual just better. You know what I mean? Or like
Yeah.
have such high level of like a skill, like a certain skill that is just like they're undeniable in what they do.
Yeah.
You know?
That's what it is. He's just a boring player, bro. At the end of the day, you're not gonna attract like fans being boring. You gotta like have
Yeah.
some spice. Like thing I respect about LaMelo is like his game is different. Like people are attracted to the way that
Yeah.
he plays the game. It's like his
The green
handle's
FNs.
different. Everything he does is like unique. Jason
Yeah.
Tatum is like just a regular basketball superstar player that he doesn't do anything, you know.
He doesn't do anything spectacular. That's what I'm saying. Like he's not.
Yeah,
He's not. He's a spectacular player, but he doesn't do like one thing spectacular. Like
exactly. That's what it is. But I mean, if he
yeah.
wins a
So
chip, I gotta give it to him, bro. At the end of the day,
I'm not. That's I don't know. It's how he wins the chip. Like I said, for me, he had to play well. If
yeah,
he averages like
30.
28,
Yeah,
if he averages 28, I'll say, or like if he's a clear leader, clear number one, like he wins them a couple games or like wins games throughout the playoffs. You know what I mean? Like
Mm,
I said, even if he loses the finals, like if he's balling in the finals and he loses, you know what I mean? Just like something they just get outplayed or whatever. Like I would still give him the overall points and the respect for
yeah.
going out there and balling out. But if he loses another Finals MVP to a teammate, it's almost it might be a wrap. Like I'm never like that's horrible.
It's funny because
And
they're
it's
the
worse than
reigning
Curry because Curry is
champions.
just better. Like you
Huh?
know what I mean. And it's worse than when it was Curry because Curry was like the Iguodala was like you know what I mean like it was
Yeah.
like and then like you have KD there after that. You know what I mean. So
Yeah, there's context behind it,
yeah, there's content. But this is just like nigga like
You're the best
you
player on
like
your
you're
team.
just literally not like playing the best on your team. So it's
Exactly.
like what can you say?
Yeah. Well, yeah, we'll see. There's pressure
Yeah.
for even winning a championship, there's still pressure
Yeah.
for him coming
Yeah.
into
Yeah.
this year. I guess,
They
but he
say
asked
what
for it.
Braun say until you win again. They don't care until you win again.
That's facts.
Like, yeah,
We'll see.
we just, they
All right.
just this nigga Ananobi's got a fucking and one dude.